Hello and welcome to day 5 of 12 days of Vlogmas. For today's video, I'm going to be showing you my everyday winter makeup routine. I know I'm jumping into this video looking a little crazy. That is because I'm actively getting ready for the day. So my curls still need to fall. And obviously I have on my little under eye patches, which I want to talk about these. I'm trying these for the first time and I really like them so far because they don't slide or move around. That's my biggest pet peeve when I'm trying to do like under eye patches. This is the brand Kala. I got these from TJ Maxx, won't lie. I love getting this kind of stuff there. Vitamin C and collagen. I really like them so far. Thought I would mention them. It is time for them to come off though. And now we can get into the makeup routine. I really like using these little clips to keep my hair out of my face. Also, I'm probably gonna be looking into the viewfinder a lot for this video, so I do apologize if you notice that. So I've already done my skincare and my skin prep. If you're interested in seeing that routine, let me know. I could totally film a video on that. And one more thing, this isn't a tutorial. This is just how I do my makeup. Okay. Before I put on any makeup, I'm gonna use a primer. This is the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer with niacinamide. Love, 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 love this stuff. I get about 2 pumps, sometimes a little bit more. I always make sure to get right in between my eyebrows on my forehead. I always notice my makeup move there. This is why I love this primer. Do you see how tacky that is? I'm obsessed. It's so good. So while my primer is soaking into my skin, I like to do my eyebrows. They don't need a whole lot, I'm not gonna lie. This is the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. Love this. Oh my god, I love this. I am totally out of the actual pencil, so I won't be using that, but I do like to use the spoolie. I need another one of these. If anyone's listening, last minute Christmas idea, shade 3. For my eyebrows, I usually take a spoolie brush and I just brush my brows up. Also, I'm just using a Tartelette and Bloom palette because the mirror is so good. I just brush them up. You probably can't even really tell. I recently picked this up. It's the NYX Thick It Stick It Brow Mascara. This is in shade Espresso. The shade is a little dark for me. I definitely have to use a light hand when I apply this. It's not my favorite product, I won't lie, but it works well enough. I mainly focus it on the tail of my brow and then very lightly I put some of the product in towards the front of my brow. I definitely prefer a brow pencil. Oh god. I think I don't love this product because it very easily makes my brows look boxier than I like. But what can you do? I hate wasting makeup. I am very much the type of person that'll just use it up and then get something different. Let's move on to the base makeup. My foundations and concealers and things like that don't really change a whole lot throughout the year. However, in the winter, I do change one product. I really love this Too Faced Born This Way Healthy Glow Skin Tint in the spring and in the summer especially. It's very light on the face. It has pretty good coverage. I honestly really like it. However, I find it to be just a little bit drying, and in the winter, that's not ideal. So I actually don't really use a foundation in the winter. Instead, I've really been loving the Hero Cosmetics Rescue Balm with Red Correct. This stuff is like magic to me. I don't really know if I use this right, but it's what I do. So I kind of just put a bunch of lines and dots around my face. Not too much because a little bit does go a long way with this, but as you can see, it goes on the face green, but when you blend it out, just watch. This is a Real Techniques Expert face brush. I love this brush. Oh my gosh. Just watch what happens when you blend it out. It just like perfectly blends into your skin. And it just really evens out my skin tone without having to use a super heavy product. I really like it. I also think, and I could be wrong, I think this product helps with acne. Again, could be so wrong on that. I like to use any extra product I have on my brush and put it on my eyelids. Also taking some of it down my neck, of course. Also, I should probably mention this camera has a built-in filter and it really blurs the skin. My skin does not look as good as it shows up on camera. I want to be very clear about that. I also have a ring light that helps with that as well. I'm actually struggling with acne a little bit more than usual right now. Without going into a whole lot of detail, I don't know if it's TMI, I don't really know. I recently got off birth control because it was not a good fit for me. I think my body is re-regulating its hormones. I'm breaking out more, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm trying not to let that bring me down or impact my confidence. I'm doing a pretty good job. There are some days though where it is hard. That is the Rescue Balm all blended out. I'm now going to use concealer. I actually use 2 different concealers for 2 different reasons. The 2 concealers I use, the first one is the Benefit Boing Industrial Strength Concealer, which what a name is that? Industrial strength. So true though. This is a pot concealer. These are very good for covering up blemishes, just saying. The other concealer that I use is the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. I actually have 2 shades, one in shade 5 and shade 10. The Benefit concealer is in shade 1, by the way. Shade 10 is usually my all year round, I can use this shade and it's fine. Shade 5 is definitely more for winter time, I'm pale, or I use shade 5 under my eyes oftentimes, which is what I'm gonna do today. I love the whole Maybelline Fit Me line. You will notice that as the video goes on. They have just such good drugstore products. For my under eye concealer, I don't do a whole lot. I usually put like a little right there, and then I angle up a little bit like that. That's like all I do. I think with under eye concealer, less is more. So this is a placement for my under eye concealer. I'm gonna go ahead and blend it out using a beauty blender. Just very subtly brightens everything up. I think it looks good. Now for the Benefit concealer, this is where I spot conceal. I have a Real Techniques Expert concealer brush. As you can tell, I love the Real Techniques brushes. I just get a little bit onto my brush, and anywhere that I need to cover up a pimple, you can probably see, yeah, not even the filter is covering up this bad boy. This pimple is massive. She's actually finally going down, but I want to cover her. I just take the brush and I gently pat over whatever I want to cover up, and that's it. I still have to blend it out. I got a little too much product on my brush, but I just do that with any of the blemishes that I want to cover. I am very thankful that my breakout is kind of clearing up now, so I don't have too many. Just really patting on the product. I also have a little bit of redness around my nose, so I'm going to cover up that as well. Basically just lightly pat over the blemish. It'll cover it right up. Like, are we serious? Much better. It's still visible. I mean, can you really perfectly cover up a pimple? And that's my concealer. Very simple. You'll probably notice with my makeup that I like to do the least amount possible. I don't think I'd call it the clean girl makeup look, but I just like to have very simple makeup. That is my preference. Now is when I like to do my first round of setting spray. This is the e.l.f. Stay All Night Microfine Setting Mist. I say my first round because honestly, I reapply my setting spray at multiple different stages of my makeup. Now we will do our contour and blush. This product actually surprised me. I originally bought this for a Halloween costume because I needed a cool toned contour, and ever since then I have used it every day. This is the e.l.f. Cream Contour Palette. It is just so perfect for me. If you can't already tell, this is the one I use the most, the cool toned bronzer. I love it, especially in the winter. I think the cool tones just look so good. I've been using this with it every day too. This is the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer Brush. So good. I like how small it is. I can get really precise with where I'm placing my contour. I don't like to go too heavy-handed with my contour, so I literally just take my brush and do a few pats into that cool tone shade. Right here where my ear like connects to my face, that's where I start, and a slight angle down. Now I actually don't go too deep into my face. I like to stop it right about here, like at the tip of my eyebrow, and I do a lot of tapping motions when I apply this. Just gives me a little bit more control, I think. And then I get a little bit more onto my brush and I very lightly contour my forehead. I don't really have a method for this. I just kind of do what feels right to me. So like right here, I do circular motions for this, and I like connect it all down here. And then I even get just a teeny little bit more, and I kind of do my jawline here. Sometimes if I feel I want a little bit more warmth, I'll take this medium shade here and I put that just a tiny little bit right in the pocket of my cheek, literally right here, and that's where I concentrate it. But I honestly feel like this looks okay today. so I'm not gonna do that. Now, if I want my makeup to last all day, I will set my cream products with a powder. So this is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. As you can see, I've really hit pan on this one. I really like this. I've had this for a while. I have no idea what this brush is or where I got it, but I like how dense it is, but it's not too big. Like in comparison, this is my powder brush. It's a little bit bigger. It's like a medium-sized, dense brush. I like to use this for my bronzer. Get a little bit of product, not too much. And then I just go over the cream contour. And again, this just helps make it last all day and add a little bit more warmth to the face, if that's what you're wanting. This is the current blush I'm using. It's the Maybelline Fit Me blush in the shade Rose. Now, my favorite blush of all time is the Natasha Denona Rose Cheek Duo, I think is what it's called. I'll put a picture on the screen. That is my all-time favorite, not only blush, but highlighter. It is so good. It's like 20 bucks at Sephora for the blush and highlighter. I love it. I ran out. I needed a blush like ASAP, so I picked this one up, and I honestly really like this one too. I think I've just determined that rose colored blush suits my skin tone the best, in my opinion. For my face, I like to start it at the apples of my cheeks. I know some people don't like that. Experiment with your face. See what you like, see the placement you like. I like to do a little smile to see the apple of my cheek. I start here and I tap, working my way up, kind of on top of where my contour is. I like to have a little bit of a heavy hand with my blush. Not too much, but I definitely like it to be obvious that I'm wearing blush. That's what I like. Do whatever you want. I just washed these brushes, and this one is still a little bit wet. Don't love that. A little bit on my forehead too. Mainly like towards the center, but not too much. And then I take the excess and put that a little bit on my nose, and also take it down my neck. I'm gonna do a little bit of highlighter, not too much today. I don't love this one, I'm gonna be honest. But again, like I said, I don't like to waste makeup. This is the NYX Born to Glow Icy Highlighter. This one, I don't know if you can tell, this top one here is very glittery, which is just not my vibe. So I pretty much only stick to this side over here. I do like the teensiest amount because I just don't love it. A little bit on my nose, on top of my brows. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm now going to powder my face. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Translucent Pressed Powder. This is like the #1 technique that really transformed my makeup, and that is to use a powder puff instead of a brush. When I tell you this specific technique absolutely changed the way my makeup looked, I'm not kidding. It makes your skin look so flawless and blurred out. I will not put on powder any other way. I don't put this absolutely everywhere because my bronzer and my blush are powder product, so it doesn't need more powder on top. That's what's gonna make it look cakey. Under my eyes, on my forehead, especially again in between my eyebrows and on my forehead, because that's where my makeup moves the most. And also when I squint, I get that massive line and it always creases, and doing this helps a lot with that. And then I also go under my contour here. So that is my face makeup done. I'm gonna set it again. And now my last step is mascara. I'm gonna start by curling my lashes. I actually use 2 different mascaras. This is the first one, and this is my holy grail. This has been my favorite mascara since I think 2017. I have not gone a day without having this mascara. I'm so serious about that. This is the L'Oreal Double Extend Beauty Tubes Mascara. This is a tubing mascara, which I knew this mascara was different than other mascaras I've ever used. I didn't know what it was called. That's what it is. It's a tubing mascara, which for those of you who do not know what that is, basically it means your mascara comes off with warm water. It doesn't run or smear. It comes out in tubes, or I always call them clumps of mascara. It doesn't rip off your eyelashes. I still obviously have my eyelashes. I've been using this for years. I think a lot of people are put off by the idea that it comes off with water because they think it's gonna just smear everywhere. Not the case at all. I have had many a cry while wearing this mascara, and I have not had any instance of raccoon eyes. All it does is it just comes off in clumps a little bit, and then all you have to do is just wipe them off and you're good. It doesn't smear. It's so incredible. And that's why I honestly fell in love with it. But I also think it just works really well. I've let my mom use this and she asked me what it was. My friend used it once and she texted me, like, girl, what was that mascara? L'Oreal Double Extend. It has a primer and like a mascara side. So obviously you start with the primer. So I put that on my top and bottom lashes. And before it dries, I put on the mascara part. I think a lot of people wait until it dries. Don't do that. Trust me, I've been doing this for years. I've been using this for a long time. Put it on basically immediately after the primer, because if you don't, that's what's gonna make your mascara look really clumpy and it's not gonna be cute. I know you would think that you'd let it dry. No. And for the same reason, I don't want to let this dry before I put on my other mascara. This is the Milani Highly Rated Lash Extensions Mascara. But I'm gonna apply this and then I'll talk about it because again, I don't want my lashes to dry because then it won't be as good. I know I have mascara on my eyelid, but do you see the difference? This is with the Milani and this is without. This side is still good, but look at it. It's really good. Also, I only put the Milani on my top lashes. I don't put it on the bottom. Whereas the L'Oreal, I do top and bottom. Be careful with the Milani one because I feel like if you put too many coats on, it starts to really clump together and I don't like that as much. Okay, that's pretty good. Another reason I love tubing mascara so much, sorry, that's probably kind of gross to you guys. I don't really care. A wet Q-tip and the mascara just comes right off. You don't have to mess around with like a makeup wipe or anything like that. Do you see that? It was so easy. So the thing about this mascara, the only reason that I have this is because Target, for whatever reason, did not have the L'Oreal Double Extend, and this was like the only other tubing mascara that they had, which the Milani one is also a tubing mascara. And I tried it and I wasn't in love with it. I felt like it gave me great length, but it didn't really give me any volume or anything like that. I just didn't love it, but I was like, but the length is good. So I wonder how it'll look on top of my L'Oreal Double Extend, which despite the name doesn't, in my opinion, make my lashes look all that long. When I paired the two together, it was like magic. Like, I think my lashes have never looked better. I don't know, you tell me. It's just kind of crazy because I would never even try another mascara because I'm like, I like this one. This is my mascara, I'm only gonna use this one. Really thankful I tried a new one. So really quick before I call my makeup totally done, I'm gonna take a beauty blender and just very gently go over my whole face just to make sure everything is blended as it should be. I also should have mentioned this earlier. Before I did any of my makeup, I used some Aquaphor on my lips and I am gonna put a little bit more on now. It is winter, chapstick is a must, and Aquaphor is the best. Since this is my everyday makeup routine, I'm not gonna put any lipstick on or anything because honestly, all I would wear is Aquaphor. So this is my makeup all complete. It's very simple, it's very pretty, I think. I like the way it looks. And I'm just happy that I finally mastered how I like to do my makeup. I just love makeup routines because I always find them so interesting to see what products people use and how they use them, and I always feel like I learn something from every makeup routine that I watch, whether it's a new technique, a new product to try, or whatever. And hopefully you got something out of this routine, or maybe you just like to watch people put on makeup because I totally get that too. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give a like, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you tomorrow for day 6 of 12 days of Vlogmas. We're almost halfway there. Okay,